All right, hi. So what's your name?
My name's Trevor.
All right, so you were participating during our NAMI presentation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you learn from the NAMI presentation?
I don't know if I exactly learned anything new, but I was kind of enlightened by just like how people really feel when they have mental illnesses and they're not aware of like the condition they actually have, just trying to like cope with that at school and whatnot. So I thought it gave me some good insight on how people with those illnesses actually feel, because you may not really see how it affects them physically, like from an outward perspective, but like some of the videos we got to see in class really showed how people are affected psychologically and mentally, and it was just kind of interesting to get that perspective.
How did the presentation change your view of those with mental health conditions?
For me, I think it would just be sympathy, I think, because oftentimes it would be easy to just judge someone for being different than me. But of course, mental illnesses are very common, and so I think it's important just to not be so quick to judge a person, but really get to understand like how they're feeling on the inside, because that often justifies how they act outwardly. So I think it's just important to like really try to understand like how those people are feeling and what they're dealing with in their personal lives.
Do you know someone with a mental illness? How has it affected you?
Yeah, I have a close friend who's resorted to cutting in her past and has tried to find her self-worth and like being with all kinds of guys and like just not doing the right things, and has been in situations where she's been drinking a lot or just doing really dumb things. And I don't know, it's just hard on me because I do care for her. She's like a good friend of mine, but yeah, it's just rough because all of her actions are just warning signs to suicide, because oftentimes she has those thoughts of suicide, and it's just kind of scary because there are nights where I have to call her and just straight up say like, you can't be doing this. I mean, like, there's people in this world who love you and care about you. You can't be, thinking about taking your life, because I mean that's just gonna hurt us.
So the experience has definitely overwhelmed you, yeah, right?
Yeah, it's overwhelming, and yeah, definitely.
And how did you try to help her?
Just words of encouragement and just really pouring into her areas of self-worth, she's
Did you try to call someone or ask an adult for help, or try to...
Yeah, I've had some adults pulled in the situation, like some parents and some pastors and whatnot, just to kind of like counsel her and guide her.
Do you trust adults when it comes to mental health conditions, or have you had a bad experience with adults trying to help you out?
Well, personally, I think it helps. I mean, from what I've experienced, they know what to do, and it's kind of better to leave it in their hands rather than just having other students like come around the person and try to help them, because they can only do so much.
Do you know any resources for mental health facilities before this?
I did not, actually, so
Okay.
It was good to get a few of those.
All right.
From the videos.
Are you likely to use these resources that you got during the presentations?
I think in the future it would be smart to look into those for sure, just with the personal experience I've had with these issues.
So during the presentation, we did some activities. We did this hands-on activity in which participants got up and they talked about it in your ear. So how did you feel about that?
What was that? What was that present when they got up in your ear?
They got up and then they started whispering in your ear while you tried to have a conversation with someone. So how did
Was I there for that? I think I came in late for that part.
Okay. All right.
So
I think
you can cut that out. So.
Yeah. I think we're good now then.
Okay.
Yeah.